Yo, guys, it's your boy the Purist, and we're here to talk boxing. I'm with my guy Don Kuzan.
What's good, peeps? How y'all doing, man?
Yeah, let's get straight into it. Terence Crawford is set to face David Avanesyan. I don't know the date. I don't know the TV channel.
It said. Hold up. Keep
If
talking.
you don't know it, nah, you gotta check. You don't know it.
I think I know the date. Hold on, because that shit's crazy. But go ahead, continue. Continue with the intro. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, like I said, I don't know the date. I don't know the venue. I don't know the TV company. I don't know anything about the fight. All I know is we are not getting the Crawford versus Spence fight. That's all I really cared about. Now, the big question is, as it always is with these things, is who is ducking who. Now, for me, it's a bit of a mix, because if I'm Terence Crawford, right, you're giving me a 65-35 split, and I'm getting the 35.
Hold on, before you finish, I just want to say the fight's supposed to be December 10th at the Chai Health Center.
December.
In Nebraska, where Bud is from. But okay, continue. Go ahead.
Well, you're giving me 35, yeah, in an undisputed fight, right? Where we're making money off the revenue and the profits, right? But, and a big but, you're refusing to show me the revenue and the profit. So that's tough as it is. And I'm a year and a half out the ring?
Yeah. About a year and a half.
It's tough to take. It genuinely is tough to take. And I'm hearing he's making over 10 million from this fight against Avanesyan.
Yeah, this is like his biggest payday.
So why do you think? That's why I don't want to blame it on Spence, because it's more of like a Heyman thing, right? But why do you think Team Heyman didn't want to go down that route?
I don't know, man. Like, it doesn't really make sense to me. I don't understand why guys can't just look. When it comes to this money shit, bro, I don't know. Maybe it's something that we are missing from our point of view. But like, I feel like it's a no-brainer, dude. It's like, pay both of these motherfuckers what they feel like they worth, because regardless, the fight is going to pay for it. You know what I mean? Tenfold. You know, and then if it's a good fight too, now already people are gonna buy it because of the magnitude of the fight. But then have that fight go and be good to the point where motherfuckers are going home going, "Oh, did you see Crawford versus Spurs?" That then doubles, quadruples the next fight. You know what I mean? To make even more money. So I don't understand. I don't know if it's like a pride thing. I don't know if like, hey, I don't know if Al Heyman and PBC are like, nah, we just don't see that motherfucker being worth that much to, you know, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's something that we're missing out, but it really feels like a no-brainer to me. Like, and I don't know. I've been seeing people talk about, like, you know, because it ultimately comes down to this too for me, is with Bud is, are you fighting? What you fighting for? You know what I mean? And it's like, I kind of get it though from his point of view, from the point of that nobody really wanted to fight him, or no one really took him seriously ever since he came up to 147. Really. They still not really taking him serious. And I guess he's probably, you know, got a chip on his shoulder because of that. And that's every right to him. But I feel like, I don't know, if it was me, even with the chip on my shoulder, I'd take the fight for whatever the cut is, even though it's probably very significant, beat whatever, you know what I mean? And then go, you know, that automatically increases my negotiations. But I don't know why. I don't know why Heyman and them wouldn't. Look, man, we already know they got a shroud of mystery surrounding those boys. You know what I'm saying? They've always have. So no one can say truly why they doing the things that they do. But yeah, I don't necessarily want to blame it on the fighters either. Like, it goes back to that old thing of getting paid what you're worth. You know what I mean? And I don't understand why they wouldn't want to. This is the fight. I feel like you put all the fucking money on it. You know what I mean? You pay whatever you put. You know what I mean? You give. You know what I mean? Like, of course within reason, but still, you give them. You know what I mean? Because this is a big fucking deal. You know what I mean? This isn't no like just some bullshit ass fight. It's not a money grab. This ain't Canelo Triple G3. It's some shit where motherfuckers can actually go, I don't know who's gonna win this bitch. This is shit that can break families apart. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't get it. I don't understand why. But David Adenesian, I don't know if I'm pronouncing the last name right. If that motherfucker's crazy because he got a fight in November. Literally, it's like 21 days difference from his fight in November to fighting Crawford. He is a crazy man just for taking that. Just for taking that, bro. Like what? That when I seen that, I was like, I can't believe that right now. You know what I mean? What'd you say? Say it again.
Do you know who he's fighting in November?
On November, I don't know. I have to check. But for people who don't know who David Avanesyan is,
He's been around the block.
Yeah. He an earner, man. He took he humbled a guy that was on his way to everybody put all they fucking smoke in him. Josh Kelly, I think that's his name, right?
Yeah, Josh Kelly.
Yeah, man. And David Avanesyan said, "Motherfucker, you gotta fucking kill me. I've been around here fighting. You know what I mean? I'm a gritty motherfucker. You really gotta fight me."
But that's crazy. I didn't know he's got a fight in November. Then he wants to fight Crawford in December. That is crazy.
No, it's fucking wild. It's 21 days apart. I'm gonna try to find the guy he's fighting. But yeah, man, it's 21 days apart. That's insane, man. That's fucking insane to want to do some shit like that.
Do you think he's got a chance against Crawford?
I don't think he's. Listen. I don't think he doesn't have a chance. You know what I mean? I think he's a pretty skilled fighter. Pretty good fighter. That's a good fighter to get some rounds on. You know what I mean? Like that's not no fucking pushover. And like for me, this would have been a fight that I would have rather seen when Crawford first stepped up to this weight class. You know what I mean? Like when he first came to 147, like who he fight first when he came? He fought Jeff Horn, right? Right off the bat, didn't he?
It might have been,
I think he fought Jeff Horn right off the bat. See, I'm rating David Avanesyan higher than Jeff Horn. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So like I would have like this is not a horrible test. It's a pretty good test. Shit, I'm looking at the losses that Avanesyan's had. He lost to that guy. I cannot pronounce his name, but Kavalukalikis. I cannot pronounce his name, but the guy that everyone. Yeah, that fought Terrence Crawford, who also fought Terrence Crawford. So you know what I mean. So I don't think it's a horrible matchup. It's just not what we want. It's not what nobody wants. So that's what makes it even worse. Like, yeah, if this was like Crawford first coming to 147, perfect. This would be absolutely perfect. This is an absolutely perfect person to fight first. But it's because you get us all fucking excited. This is what boxing does, bro. You get us all fucking excited through rumors and speculated bullshit. And then when the actual flyers come out, it say stupid shit on it. And then you know what I mean? It makes us all mad. So it's not a terrible fight. It's just not a fight nobody wants. So that's what makes it terrible. You know what I mean? Because nobody wants to see that shit. So I don't know.
That's the only problem as well, because even if you think it's not as bad as everyone else thinks, you yourself, you're not too excited for it, especially from the promise of undisputed to this. Like it's such a big drop off. It's crazy.
Exactly. Like, bro, you went from fighting to undisputed in your division to fighting the European the European welterweight champion. Who the fuck cares? Look, no disrespect, but who the fuck cares, bro? Nobody cares, bro. Like, come on, bro. And that's what I think is gonna make it worse. I mean, props to Crawford. He gonna get paid. You know what I mean? When I heard that this was gonna be his biggest payday, I'm like, damn, I must really not understand how these boxing figures work. Because you were undisputed in a whole weight class, and this is your highest pay, and you're fighting David Avanesyan, who niggas on the street don't even know who that man is. Like, I must be.
Fair, though, it's one of those ones where the company that have taken it over, they're trying to overspend. Remember how, not TikTok, well, what's that app Jake Paul was using when he came? Triller. It's a Triller situation where they're overpaying to try and make the step into boxing.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes sense to get Crawford, but it makes sense to get a better opponent for him. Just it ain't even
Yeah.
necessarily got to be a better opponent. It's just got to be a bigger name, something that's
Yeah.
going to draw
It
people
just
into
got to
it.
be someone we care about. Like, even if it was somebody we knew, like, even though, because granted, listen, we're never going to be happy with anything besides Spence. But even if you put somebody's name on there that we at least know, even if we knew Crawford was going to beat him, at least if we know him, it's the know factor, it's the notoriety. You know what I mean? You put random niggas up there, they're not random to us, but you know, they random to niggas who don't watch boxing and shit. You know what I mean? It's gonna make it just worse. You know what I mean? It's just gonna
No,
make it worse. But
100%.
even if they had put a like a named person on there, even if he was somebody that Crawford was gonna beat, because let's be honest, Crawford's skilled as fuck. There's not too many people I got beating him right now. Literally, the only other man I got beating him, they not trying to make him fight. You know what I mean? So yeah, that shit's weird, man. I don't know where the thought process. I mean, I know where the thought process came from. Money. That's where the thought process came from. But I don't know if that's necessarily the good jug. But hey, man, I don't know. I don't know if this is fair grounds to say, oh, this guy's running. This guy's running though, because boxing is just it's fucking terrible now with the setup. I almost wish sometimes that there was just one fucking owner of all of everything, and they were just like, well, guess what, motherfucker, you gotta fight, and that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? I almost wish it's like that sometimes, but I understand this is a sport, people putting their lives on the line, you know. But
It's a business more. I
yeah,
feel like it's much more of a business now, man.
oh yeah, for sure it is.
All right, so for Spence, he's lost out on the Crawford fight. What do you think's next for him?
Damn.
I don't see no
Don't know.
options.
Yeah,
He's
I
got
don't know. I was gonna say, I don't know. It's literally this fight or nothing. Cause shit, if I'm Earl, I'm thinking this fight and I move up. You know what I mean? Like, I fight you, I undispute. If I win, I move up. If I don't win, we run it back. And you know, until I win. Then either way, it all roads end with me moving up. Like, you know what I mean? I'm a big ass 147. I really shouldn't even be, you know, fighting at this. So yeah, I don't think he fights. I don't think he who, you know?
He even said himself he's a big welterweight and that he wants to move up soon. That's why he was most disappointed that the fight didn't happen.
Yeah.
But for
That's
me,
like his last fight at 147. You know?
do you think it's possible that Crawford did duck him?
No, I don't think it has anything to do with. I don't think Crawford in any way, shape, or form is afraid of this man's performance, his ability, or nothing. Because why do all that shit in the beginning where he was literally hawking this man down at places, like being like, let's fight? I don't think it's that. I just think that Terrence Crawford is a very prideful man. And I think part of him is just trying to make a point with this shit that, you know, you guys need to start taking me fucking seriously, or I will no sell your shit. You know what I mean? I will no sell your shit and not, you know, and we'll go with the more money option. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, y'all niggas not respecting me, you know? Even going back to the whole shit about, you remember he was like, oh, they said I needed to get a belt. Now I got a belt. Now they saying this. Now they saying, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm sure, you know, maybe, but no. Me personally, I don't think he's ducking him. I think he's just trying to make a money power play. I think he's just like kind of fed up with shit, and he's just trying to make motherfuckers suffer now because he knows that, like, regardless or not, he's still a piece of the puzzle, a very important piece. Regardless, him and Spence are both important pieces, and I just feel like he want to get truly compensated for it. But it's like, if it was me, and I know how nice I am as an individual, I'm just saying, fuck it. I'm gonna make y'all feel stupid for underpaying me, and I'm gonna beat your boy, and then I'm gonna fucking triple up, double up when we fucking rematch, because I know you're gonna want a rematch. Regardless of how this works, you know, either one of the parties, especially if it's a close fight, they're gonna want a rematch. So I just don't know what these niggas is thinking about, like in terms of just money. Like, I don't know. It's got to be something we're missing. It's got to be something we're missing or something, bro. Because I don't get it. I don't get why this fight don't get made. You know what I mean? And for a reason such as money is so fucking stupid to me. But no, short answer, I don't think he's ducking him based on. No, I think he's just trying to make him suffer, basically. Make a PBC suffer. Not even Earl, just Heyman.
In general, just Heyman.
Yeah. Yeah, just the people who don't see him as a threat. You know what I mean? Because they treat him like that, you don't see him as a threat. Let's be real. You don't see him as a threat, bro. And his whole welterweight run, people haven't really been seeing him as a threat. I mean, his whole welterweight run now is not really aging that well. So, I mean, he beat Jeff Horn, he beat Amir Khan, he beat all motherfuckers. Is like, come on, bro. And then you fight David Avanesyan too. It's just like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, it is a bit sad. All right, moving on to the next topic. Excuse me. Deontay Wilder, he had a spectacular knockout over Robert Helenius, but it was not so spectacular on the pay-per-view. It's predicted to only have sold 77,000 pay-per-view buys. Now, when Crawford was selling like under 150k, people talk about that as if it was a disaster, one of the worst things ever. Now, this is a heavyweight knockout artist who just come off let's say, the biggest heavyweight trilogy since I can't remember when.
No, it has been the biggest in the last fucking 10 years. Has to be. Maybe
I can't.
8.
When's the last great heavyweight trilogy?
Trilogy? Yeah, see. Nah, this is definitely it. I'm thinking trilogy. I can't think of a trilogy back past like the 90s right now.
No.
2000 maybe.
Even then, I was thinking Tyson Holyfield. That was only 2.
Yeah, that was only 2. They didn't do a third fight. Yeah, not since probably like the 80s, 90s. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, man, look, man, Deontay Wilder not a big draw, man. Look, I don't know why the equation don't make sense. He should be a big draw. Like on paper, he should be a big draw. He's fucking flooring people. But for some reason, us Americans, we like, you know, you can say whatever, but they not buying them fucking pay-per-views, man. They not buying them PBC cars, bro. They're not. They're not. Like, we can say all the shit we want, you know, because I know with a lot of his fan base too, they like to make it a lot about race, which I understand, you know, it is what it is. Look, I'm black. I get it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but race or not, y'all motherfuckers is not watching his fights, huh? What'd you say?
Did you pay for it?
Fuck no. I'm not paying for that shit. Fuck no. Look, to tell you the truth, bro, I never look. When it come to Wilder fights, you got to look at the opponent. The opponent makes me pay for the fight, not him. You see what I'm saying? Because it's not to say, oh, because I want to see him lose. It's because I want to see him challenged. That's what it is. So I go off of the opponent. You know what I mean? People don't care about that, man, because they know his fights are equivalent to world star hip hop knockouts. They can go and wait and go watch the highlight on YouTube. And that's no disrespect to his ability or nothing. I'm just talking as a casual perspective. Why would a motherfucker go spend money to go watch a guy knock a dude out in 2 seconds when he can just go on YouTube and type in Deontay Wilder most recent knockout and get the same effect? The same effect, especially when he knocking dudes out in the first round. So that's probably why people don't go and watch his shit, watch his fights. But yeah, man, he's just not a draw, bro. It's crazy, man. Not a lot of people like Eddie Hearn. I get it, but he literally brought this up 2 years ago. He was like, I can walk down the street in New York City, one of the biggest cities in America, and say, do you know who Deontay Wilder is? And people will be like, no, I don't know who that is. Now scratch that to Mike Tyson. Now, whether it was probably for the wrong reasons too, because, you know, Tyson was in the media for good reasons and bad reasons too. But everyone knew who Mike Tyson was, even if you know what I mean? Even if you don't watch sports, you know who he was. It's kind of like knowing who LeBron James is. You don't got to know fucking basketball to know who LeBron James is, but Deontay Wilder just does not have that factor. If anything, Tyson Fury has more of that factor over here. I hear motherfuckers talk more about Fury, especially after he fought Wilder, more now like they're fucking British. I don't get that. I don't understand this shit. It's crazy. Over here with Fury is just the fact that he's built like, you know, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, but can beat the shit out of you. And I think that's just what like dazzles people's minds because they just can't believe that shit. You know?
No, I completely hear you. But yeah, this weekend we've got Katie Taylor's back. I think she's fighting for the Undisputed Championship. Her one, she's defending against Karen Elizabeth. Don't know who that is. I'm gonna leave that stuff to Princess because me and the women's boxing, we don't really.
Did you watch her fight against Serrano?
I actually didn't, you know.
Bro, you are tripping. You need to watch that.
Yeah?
That's a fight that when women's boxing does get their credibility, you know, light years from now, when we're all old and dead and decrepit because it's long overdue, it should have been happened. But when they do get their flowers, that's a fight that they're gonna highlight and be like, this is one of the pivotal fights of women's boxing. You know what I mean? That was a great fight. Unfortunate that, you know, Jake Paul had his fucking grubby
His
mitts around
fingers
it,
in
but
it, yeah.
still, he did do something right for once, and that was right. That was a good ass fucking fight. Go back and watch when you got some spare time, because I wanted to know how you scored it, because a lot of people scored it. You know, that was a fight where they scored it all over the fucking place. You know what I mean?
I think, especially with 2-minute rounds, close rounds become too close. I think once women's boxing goes to the 3 rounds, you see more knockouts. Obviously, it will become more dangerous. Don't get me wrong, but you'll see more knockouts, and you'll see not so much better fights, but you'll see more decisive fights. People get tired, and then the skills will start taking over. And I think people like me will become more interested as well.
Yeah, because the 2 minutes is fucking trash. So bad.
And speaking of the devil, Jake Paul's fighting Anderson Silva at catchweight. You know what? Yeah, if he wins this fight, I think he'll. Anderson Silva, don't get me wrong. I think the fight's at 187 pounds. Anderson Silva might be 187 years old, but he can throw hands. That's what he's known for. He's known for throwing hands.
Yes. Even at he's like 40. He's in his 40s. Even in his 40s, he can still beat motherfuckers' asses, and he can't beat top tier people in the UFC right now. But that's different. That's different. You know what I mean? He's fighting Jake Paul. He's not fighting, not to diminish Jake Paul, but he's not fighting a guy that's been boxing for years. You know what I mean? He's fighting a guy that's trying to do that. You know what I mean? So I don't know who you got. Who you got, AB? Who you got? We only talking about this shit because these niggas boxing, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Only reason.
I ain't got no one, bro. I ain't got no opinion on this fight.
Who you got, man? Come on, bro. I
got Jake.
Damn, I'm taking a plane trip to the UK. This is insane. That's fucking crazy. And we're gonna have to talk. We're going to a bar and we're gonna talk about
this. He's too old, man. He's too old.
He is too old. But Jake, yeah, you're overestimating how good Jake Paul is. Don't get me wrong, Jake Paul is good. But my problem with Jake Paul is he gets tired, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he gets tired within the first 3 rounds. Like, he gets so tired, dude. That first fight with Tyron, if you go back and watch it, he could have knocked that motherfucker out in the 4th. He actually hit him, and that motherfucker was doing a chicken dance. Look, I don't give a fuck how old Silva is, man. If he can just weather the storm, dude, Jake Paul's gonna go out throw fat shit for 3 rounds straight and then tired the rest of the fucking fight. You know what I mean? And when he do that, Spider, go ahead hit him with that shit you hit Forrest Griffin with, baby. Go ahead with that whoop whoop. Bow! You know what I'm saying? Hit him with that craziness. I don't know. Who cares, bro? At the end of the day, even if Jake Paul wins this fight, motherfuckers is still not gonna give him any type of fucking street cred or respect. I mean, yeah, he beat Anderson Silva, but everybody's still gonna say you didn't beat a fucking boxer, bro. Is what we've been waiting on. Jesus, all this time he still hasn't fought a boxer yet. Not even a shitty boxer. Not even a low weight boxer. He still hasn't fought a boxer yet. It's crazy, dude. Fucking crazy.
To be fair to him, he did try fight. What's his name?
Fury. He did. I don't know what the fuck happened with that. He did.
Fury pulled out, innit? But that's enough of Jake. Vasily Lomachenko is fighting against Jermaine Ortiz. I don't know where they found this nigga Jermaine from, but
that's not even that's his name. I thought his name was Oh, it is Jed.
Bro, it's like the Spence fight. The Crawford fight.
Apparently, that was his sparring partner. They sparred before.
For real?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Man, you're making me even less optimistic about the fight. So yeah, like that's all I can really say on the fight. There's so many lightweights out there. Like we talk about how Tank ain't fighting the best. Talk about how Ryan's not fighting the best. I just don't see how they couldn't maneuver to get somebody better. Just anybody better. It's just a bit weird.
For Vasily?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is weird because who did he just come off of fighting before this?
Wasn't it Comey? Or did he have a fight after that?
I'm about to check right now, but that's what I'm thinking. If so, that's a terrible way to keep the fire going because you fucking annihilated Comey. You gave that man, you showed him You showed everyone that, hey man, I'm still a fucking threat at this fucking weight class. Just don't think because I lost to Lopez that I'm some shit now or something. I ain't slowing down. Fuck that. But yeah. He last fight really called me, so that's just weird to me that you just.
To be fair, this Ortiz guy, he just beat Jamal Herring. But again, it could just be a tune-up, and then he could go straight into the Haney fight, and then I would not complain.
I think it's a tune-up. It's definitely a tune-up for him. Look, man, you sparred this dude. This is definitely a tune-up for you, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
not like that.
Yeah. You could have fought someone like Jojo Diaz or just
I would have actually that would have actually been all right.
Yeah, would have interested you, innit?
Yeah, that would have been all right, actually. I would have actually I wouldn't have been like, oh my God, I need to see that. But I would have if that was on, I would watch. I would be more excited to watch that than this. I'm not watching, I might watch Vasily fight, but I'm probably not gonna watch him fight this weekend just because I know he's gonna win,
Yeah, that's a problem. Probably catch it in the morning, maybe catch it on the next day. What even if you catch it at all, maybe just watch the highlights. And that's a problem when you have a name like Jimmy Ortiz opposed to Jojo Diaz, innit? And again, when you have someone like Robert Helenius as opposed to just a name that we're familiar with, that's when people just lose all sorts of interest.
Let this be a lesson, man, that elite fighters have to look. We already know the importance of a tune-up fight. It's a boxing staple. You know what I mean? It's not something that just, you know what I mean? A lot of fighters do it. But y'all got to be careful picking your tune-ups, man. I still got to make it interesting. You know what I mean? I still feel like you got to make it compelling, even though, there are still big names. Prime example, guess who just did a big glorified tune-up fight? Tyson Fury. A guy that we know he's going to beat, but everyone knows who he is. So it's, you know what I mean? It's ass. Don't get me wrong. It's still ass. I'm not happy about that fight at all. But I understand it. If he's going to continue to fight, I understand why he took the fight, because he can't just be sitting on his ass in between, especially at how, his weight and shit like that. You know what I mean? So I get it. But yeah, pick your tune-up smart. You know what I mean? Because that's obviously a clear, glorified tune-up fight where they're both going to make bag. But everyone knows who Derek Chisora is. He's a fucking who's who, man, of the heavyweight division. Everybody knows who the fuck he is on the U.S. side and the UK side. Everyone, you know what I mean? We know who Chisora is. So, you know what I mean? So, that's a good tune-up-wise pickup fight because, you know what I mean? It's a name. Y'all got to be careful picking these people that nobody know about, because people will real life not watch your shit, especially with the invention of streams and shit. People will not watch your shit, man, if they don't give a fuck who you're fighting. They really won't watch it.
At all. And that's why I will not be tuning in to this Lomachenko fight. Fury Chisora, do you know what it is as well, yeah? For the American fights, for me to wake up at 4 a.m. to watch something where I already know the end result, it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Haney versus, what's his name? Cambosos, there was no chance. Yeah. There was no chance. Wilder Helenius, there definitely no chance. Especially how it ended. Imagine I stayed up until 4 a.m. to watch 2 minutes of boxing. I'd have killed myself.
Yeah, you're even sick. I would be sick off of that. Yeah. I'd be mad as fuck. I'm writing a letter to PPC.
Yeah, literally. Fury Chisora, I'll be awake, I'll be around, but everyone probably be talking about it, and I'll probably watch it for that reason. But if that was at 3 a.m., I will never watch it. There's no chance.
Plus, it's Chisora, but he gonna go out there and throw some antics. He gonna do something. He's not gonna win.
Did you see the second fight?
Yes.
Bro, Fury can't move how he used to move, but if he replicates that,
it's over. Yeah, man. I actually, it's so funny because the last picture in the group chat of my friends is actually Derek Chisora's face after that second fight. Because I sent it to my my casual boxing friends. I was like, yeah, man, Tyson Fury is supposed to fight Derek Chisora. I was like, that's a terrible fight. He was like, why? You never know him. I said, why? Because this is what his face looked like after they fought. And this was years ago. And he's older than him considerably. Come on, bro. All roads lead to getting your ass whooped. That's what's gonna happen. But hey, I don't blame him. You make the bag, bro. Dude, honestly, Derek Chisora is winning, bro. Look, if anybody was to say that Derek Chisora was going the midlife crisis end of the twilight of his career was gonna end like this, nobody would think that. Bro, he's making the bag. He's making the bag. He was fighting some compelling ass fights. He was fighting some fights that shit. If he had won them, shit, we might have been looking at shit a little bit differently. You know what I mean?
100%.
So, and we wouldn't even have thought that for how his career was shaping up. So, hats off to Derek Chisora. That nigga making that bad. He really the winner out of this. He the biggest winner out of this.
Oh no, 100%. Well, Fury's gonna make a big bag as well for a tune-up fight of this magnitude, where it's like the risk is next to none. Because Chisora's not he's a heavyweight, but he don't punch like a heavyweight. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying those punches are soft, but he's not really a knockout artist at the weights. Especially if Fury walks him down and actually puts it on him, like how he's been doing
Fury can
recently,
beat him
bro.
in so many ways, bro. He can outbox him if he wants to. He could just fucking put that weight on him and just beat this like he can fight him in so many ways. Derek Chisora, he just got a puncher's chance, but his punching ain't even that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
This is
exactly.
why Derek Chisora should have fought Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder fight Derek Chisora in America. You would have stayed up to watch that.
Yeah, 100%.
See? I'm telling you. And that's not a risky fight for Wilder. He would have won that fight. He would have won that fight. If you didn't win that fight, you got some problems to reevaluate. But he would have won that fight. I'm telling you, man, they should have booked that shit. They should have booked that. But hey, Fury was smarter. He was smarter than Wilder. He said, "You're not gonna take his or shit. I will." And he over here too. And I'd already fought him twice. Shit, I'll do that. That's easy money.
Yeah, literally easy money.
Like, I get it. I get why they're doing it. They're just not thinking about us.
They just
thinking about us. But I respect. Y'all, you in there fighting these behemoths with leather and shit. So do it for your health. I get it. But fuck, man, you are not thinking about us. Not in the slightest, bro. Shit.
No, is there anything else you wanted to touch on?
No, I think that's everything. It's just a short one, man, because there's not that much really going on right now, But hey, that's cool because last week we had a long ass one, which I should do. Go back and watch the previous videos, man. We talk a lot of mess, man. So go back and watch all the shit. Listen to the podcast on all the platforms, all the streaming platforms as well.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, like I said, the last one was a very good episode as well. But guys, for this week, like I said, it's a quick one, not many topics. Yeah, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. This is coming This is coming very soon. Within the next 2 weeks, this will be dropping. Hopefully, let me just add that. Hopefully, within the next 2 weeks, you're gonna see some promo. All the links on the bio, the clothing line, my Instagram, Kuzan's Instagram, everything's in the description below. And yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you're listening on Spotify, leave a review. Bro, how do you do that shit? Is that too sweet?
Yes, sir.
Too sweet. Signing out. See you guys next time.
Yeah. Peace.